Hi guys, it's markabusi here and we're back with another song reaction, and today we are doing the song Apesar, Você by Chico Buarque. It's the second song by Chico that I have done on this channel. The first song that we done, Construcio, I had the English lyrics up. I understood the general gist of the song, but I missed quite a lot of the more kind of poetic influences that were in there because I don't speak Portuguese. And you guys come in the comments and were filling me in about paraproxy tones and all the kind of little significant details at the end of each of the sentences where it was changing the meanings and stuff, which gave me a greater understanding of just how lyrically clever Chico actually is as a songwriter. He's much more of like a socially conscious poet than he is a musician, I think. So in that kind of regard, he's kind of more like Brazilian Bob Dylan type figure, I think, where the music's just one way of him expressing his poetry, and like it's his words that have got more impact than him as like a singer. That video came out, I was really taken aback by the reaction to the video. Pleasantly surprised. It was kind of like, yous were really fucking nice about it, and it was kind of lovely, and so I wanted to do more of Chico for yous guys. Right, we're gonna listen to the song, we're gonna see if it's any good, and then at the end we will put it into the emo scale and decide how emo is Chico Buarque. So stick around to the end of the video for that.
Hoje você é quem manda, falou, tá falado, não tem discussão, não. A minha gente hoje anda falando de lado e olhando pro chão. Viu, você que inventou esse estado, inventou de inventar toda a escuridão. Você que inventou o pecado, esqueceu-se de inventar o perdão. Apesar de você, amanhã há de ser outro dia.
Okay, so instantly, musically, this is very interesting, but I'll come back to that in a minute. There may be intricacies that I am missing, but from what I can tell so far, the lyrics seems to be about the Brazilian state and how it was a dictatorship, and so his whole message is you are finite and everything that you're doing at the moment, you are doing some pretty horrible things. Dissent is growing amongst the populace, and at some point you will be overthrown. Basically, tomorrow's another day. So Construcio was like a damning indictment of the way that the working class was being treated by the Brazilian dictatorship of the 70s, and this one seems to be like a rallying cry to the working class of Brazil at that time to say, listen, weather the storm and we'll get through this, which is courageous, honestly, and at the time that he was writing it, that could have been quite dangerous, I think. When you're up against fascist dictatorships, the first thing to get attacked is art. That's why you've always got censorship when it comes to, for example, the freedom of the press. Like, so like in 1984, where there was basically no art in Eurasia, I think it was, that they were in 1984. And then in Fahrenheit 451, when they're burning all the books, basically they try to strip you of individuality and artistic expression. Without them, You are just then an empty vessel to do what the state needs you to do. You take away free will and free thought, then all you're left with is basically a walking battery, which is what the state needs in a fascist dictatorship in order to survive. And his argument is, just wait. It's not always going to be like this, which is a fucking important message. Especially in this modern time where things are getting scarily more leaning to the right.
Eu pergunto a você onde vai se esconder da enorme euforia. Como vai proibir quando o galo insistir em cantar? Água nova brotando e a gente se amando sem parar. Quando chegar o momento, esse meu sofrimento vou cobrar com juros, juro, todo esse amor reprimido.
That's such a cold line. That's so cold. I swear when the time comes, what exactly was it he said? I swear when the time comes, my suffering I will charge with interest, I swear. Saying, when the time comes for us to overthrow you, all the shit that I've went through, you're going to get some and then some. But the thing that makes this kind of brilliant is it's really daring and quite incisive lyrics set to quite a happy samba beat. Musically, this is quite happy. If I didn't have the lyrics up and I didn't know what he was singing about, I'd be bobbing my head and just enjoying it and going, this is a nice wee tune. Because it's lovely. But when you're reading the lyrics, it gives it a whole different tone.
Vou cobrar com juros, juro, todo esse amor reprimido, esse grito contido, este samba no escuro. Você que inventou a tristeza, ora tem a fineza de desinventar. Você vai pagar e é dobrado cada lágrima rolada nesse meu penar. Apesar de você amanhã há de ser outro dia, ainda pago pra ver o jardim florescer, qual você não queria. Você vai se amargar vendo o dia raiar sem lhe pedir licença. E eu vou morrer de rir que esse dia há de vir antes do que você pensa. Apesar de você amanhã há de ser outro dia. Você vai ter que ver amanhã renascer e esbanjar poesia. Como vai se explicar vendo o céu clarear de repente impunemente?
When he's talking about how the good times is gonna come, he's linking it a lot to human nature and then also Mother Nature. So there's loads of references to like a new river will flow and spring returning, the sky clearing, stuff like that. But then also at the same time, he's talking about people writing poetry. It's kind of, and the whole thing is, by the looks of it, and I could be wrong here, I don't know my Brazilian history, so I might get the wrong person, but I seen a sign with Bolsonaro and I recognise the name as a Brazilian president. Correct me if I'm wrong, if it's not Bolsonaro. It seems like he's saying that what Bolsonaro has done to the country is unnatural. The order of things is that it doesn't matter how much he tries to keep that in place, natural order will restore itself because that's just the way things are. There's no way that there's anything that he can do to prevent that from happening. The dam will burst. When it does, the guy's in for a comeuppance. It's fucking lovely. This song's amazing.
Como vai abafar nosso coro a cantar na sua frente? Apesar de você, amanhã há de ser outro dia. Você vai se dar mal, etc e tal. Laraiá, 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 apesar de você,
I suspect that the music is deliberately done in such a way as to disguise the message of the song from the state. I mean, there's loads of like happy sounding songs out there that have got really kind of dark and upsetting stories behind them. Like, I think the most obvious example that I can think of is Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People, which is about a school shooting. Just sounds like a kind of indie banger. People that have only seen the film with this and haven't read the book are going to have missed this point completely. But in A Clockwork Orange, the main character in A Clockwork Orange, Alex, is obsessed with Beethoven and he loves classical music, and he is a fucking monster. He does the most reprehensible acts, but he loves classical music, and the writer deliberately does that because Anthony Burgess is basically saying that despite these things that this person has done, there is still something about this man that has a little bit of humanity because he can appreciate genuinely beautiful art. He wrote A Clockwork Orange in response to his wife being attacked when he was away at war. So he came back and he wrote this as a way to forgive the people who had attacked his wife. And his whole point is that then, right, later in the book when he's undergoing the thing where he's got his eyes propped open and he's getting the shit pumped into his fucking eyes to like try and kinda the behaviour training, the soundtrack to it is, I think it's Mozart's 5th Symphony or Beethoven's 5th Symphony. One of the two. Alex complains about it because he's saying, like, you can't do that. You're showing me these really disgusting images. You're trying to do this to me, but you can't do that to this music. This music's beautiful. But the state officials who are doing it to him are just like, what are you talking about? It's just a tune. And the whole argument in that book is that the state, as much as they think that what they're doing is right, they don't understand beauty. They don't understand art. You can use that to your advantage. There's a good chance that he deliberately put that as that kind of style of song because the government either wouldn't notice it because they wouldn't pay attention to the lyrics and realise what was actually being said, and then he could pass it off. Which, fucking clever. I can't state enough how brave it is to go and release a song so damning, like so obviously damning, of a dangerous fascist dictatorship, and just go, yeah, I've done that. Yeah, there you go, guys. Listen to that. It's a bit of rooster. Taking all the political and kind of social messaging out of it, it's just a nice, cute song. But when you look into it deeper, holy fuck. There are people who are arguing in the comments, not a lot, but some, that are saying that Chico Buarque is a traitor because he's saying this stuff whilst he's living in, I think they said he was living in Spain, and that he's not working class, etc. And that he's now a millionaire, so how's he got any right to speak on this? And I would say, firstly, if the man made his money through his art, then that is absolutely a reasonable thing to do. It doesn't in any way mean that he is then no longer able to speak on any kind of political issues that are affecting people worse off than him. If anything, people with genuine power and influence, they've got an obligation to speak up for the people whose voices can't be heard. So I think he's totally fine to do that. Also, if he's living in Spain, but he's producing those songs, there's a very good reason that he's living in Spain, because he fucking can't live in Brazil. I'm going to dismiss all of that bullshit and say that, you know, you could look at the guy and go, he's a snake for this or that, or you could appreciate the fact that he's fucking trying. That he's trying to do something, and it should be admired. It should be admired. None of that is important. None of that is important. Only thing that's important is, how emo is this song? We go in, we get our wee face, we go twinkly guitars, samba. It was twinkly, singing. There is how emo Apesar de Você by Chico Buarque was. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Did you understand the accent, or is this entire video just been a waste of my time? What is the next Chico Buarque song that I should do? Because I'm very interested in diving deeper into this man's back catalogue. So let me know whichever comment either gets the most likes, or whichever song gets the most comments, that'll be the one that we go for next. Guys, if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're gonna do more of this. I feel like Chico Buarque is very much a Brazilian phenomenon that the West needs to know more about. So let's spread this shit. I've been markabusi. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.